This video is about IB questions for implicit differentiation. Number 7. An Earth satellite moves in a path that can be described by the curve this, where x is the function of t and y is a function of t, are in thousands of kilometers and t is time in seconds. Given that dx by dt equals 7.75 times 10 to the negative fifth power, when x equals 3.2 times 10 to the negative third power. Find the possible values of dy by dt. Give your answers in standard form. Possible values, which means more than one value. Let's talk about standard form. Any number that we can write as a decimal number between 1.0 and 10.0 multiplied by a power of 10. It's said to be in standard form. It's the same as a scientific notation. This is a standard form. This is also standard form. Since we are looking for dy by dt, dx by dt is given. Both x and y are a function of t. We will take a derivative, both sides, with respect to t for this equation. 72.5 times 2x dx by dt plus 71.5 times 2y times dy by dt equals 0. We are looking for dy by dt. X is given, dy by dt is given. Y, we don't know. We need to figure out y first. Then we can figure out dy by dt. Since this is calculator based, we can use a calculator to get the answer quickly. Since I want to use a calculator to solve this system equation, this is minus 1. 72.5 x squared plus 71.5 y squared minus 1 equals 0. Go to y1, 3.2 times 10 to the negative third power. 72.5. We will change x into y1. Then square plus 71.5. Y we will use variable x minus 1. Either you can use an equation solver or you can go to graph. We only graph y2, not y1. Let's change window. For the window, since we only look for x-intercept, and also we know the value is really small. The x minimum, let's do negative 1. Maximum is 1. For scale, we can do 0.1. Then minimum, let's do negative 1. This is 1. Then graph. You could see x-intercept very clearly. So second trace, go to 2, 0, enter. Move the cursor to the right side of the x-intercept, enter, enter. X equals 0.118. X2 equals negative 0.118. By graphing, y equals plus or minus 0.118218. Do not rush to do the substitution. Try to figure out dy by dt first, and then you can do the substitution. So dy by dt, all this, cross the reverting sign, move to the right side. Then you need to divide it by 71.5 times 2y. Then dy by dt equals negative 72.5 times 2x times dx by dt over 71.5 times 2y. If possible, you can reduce. Then you do the substitution. Negative 72.5 times 3.2 times 10 to the negative third power times 7.75 times 10 to the negative fifth power over 71.5 times plus or minus 0.118218 equals, we have two solutions, plus or minus 2.13 times 10 to the negative 6th power. Answer is plus or minus 2.13 times 10 to the negative 6th power